You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Proud Boys organizer Joseph Randall Biggs. He was arrested in Florida on Wednesday. The FBI says the 37-year-old did aid, abet, counsel, command, induce, or procure others to storm the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. They also say he helped to pre-plan the deadly riot and was one of the first people to storm the Capitol. Biggs, however, appeared in federal court Wednesday and said he did not have any knowledge of pre-planning the January 6th event. The 37-year-old was released under home confinement. He is facing counts of obstructing an official proceeding of Congress, illegal entry, and disorderly conduct on restricted Capitol grounds. I'm trying to figure out how in the hell you get released on home confinement. Then, of course, there's the white woman. There's the white woman out of Texas who chartered the plane to fly to D.C. Now her ass on PayPal begging for donations because, remember, she also released a video begging Trump to give her and others a pardon. See, this is the thing, Erica. These fools, they literally thought Trump was going to pardon their ass. They thought they were going on a field trip. Now by getting arrested, they're like, damn, this thing's serious. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, being months about
when your dumb ass stormed the Capitol and beat cops and toss side barricades and steal podiums and laptops and going to afford a House and the Senate, your ass might be in trouble.
Just a little bit, especially when there are hundreds and thousands of videos and
that you live stream. I mean, that's like the dude who shot some video of him selling crack and then said, I just made $100 and live streamed it.
Essentially, that's what happened here. And it's really interesting and it's telling, too, because a lot of these insurrectionists did not believe that consequences, that they would face consequences. They felt like the consequences that they would face, consequences were really for Black, Indigenous, and other people, not necessarily for white people. But now that the FBI tip line has continued to be flooded, Twitter and other people on different social media platforms have began to turn in and to say that, oh, I know who this person is. The chick that was picked up because the laptop she stole out of Speaker Pelosi's house and then tried to sell it to Russia. Like, no, sweetheart, there is a part of justice that does belong to you as well. It might not be administered in the same way that it is to Black and brown bodies, but you will see some of it. So that's why you kind of see, the guy I think that you're talking about, I think that was in New York State where he thought that thousands of people would be showing up, his brother and his sister, and he was the only one there. Yeah, fool, because all of those people have been captured on video. They've been geolocated. And so you have people that believe that they're being followed by the FBI. Perfect, great, good for you. Get just a small glimpse of what life is like for Black folks. Just a teeny little insight into what that life is like. And so for those people that do believe that they can walk around and not have to face any consequences behind the very serious actions that took place on January the 6th, they are soon finding out that absolutely accountability is a thing, even for white people.
You know what? I'm doing this here. She posted this. Y'all go to my iPad. She posted, help support Jenna Ryan by donating or retweeting. I'm accepting donations to pay legal fees and losses due to my arrest and charges by the FBI for protesting at the U.S. Capitol. Let me just tweet her. Hell no. Call. Yeah, see, I've been watching too many Reese's videos. Call Whitlock.
Oh, this is a first.
Angie Stanton. Let's see here. Oh, Bruce Lavelle. Let's see. Oh, Rep Vernon Jones. Oh, Paris Denard.
Oh my God.
Let's see here. Hold up. Call Real Candace.
Murder was the case.
Let's see here. Oh, that ignorant fool Brandon Tatum. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Go ahead and call crazy fool Charlie Kirk. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Call Boebert, Lauren Boebert, that fool. Anybody else? You know what? What the hell? Call Rand Paul. Let's see. Ted Cruz. Let's see. Call Josh Hawley. Yeah. Anybody else? I should tweet to. You know what? Somebody. Hey, thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Zach Attack. Hit Diamond and Silk. Oh, that little leprechaun, and Lil Leprechaun, Terrence. Yeah, there you go. Enjoy. Roland Martin Unfiltered.
And you tagging RNU.
You know, I gotta go ahead. I gotta get some. There you go. All right, yeah, go. I'm done with that one. Yes, I'm done. Greg, I'm just saying. I've been watching too many Reese videos.
See what you did, Reese?
The Reese effect.
Listen, I'm all for it.
Everybody gets sprayed.
But you know, the crazy thing is, the reason we know 9/11/2001 is because nobody had that date circled on the calendar, even though Condoleezza Rice and them knew that something was going to happen, and the Bush administration. Well, a reason I'm bringing that up is because, we got past 1/20/21, but, now we got to worry about every other day. That's why this whole thing with the Attorney General, okay, Merrick Garland, you better let Kristen Clark do what she know how to do. Because these people right here, they mad about now. You said lady was crying. It was all fun and games until it's like July the 8th or something like that. What the hell? Remember, go read Timothy McVeigh's testimony in the trial with the Oklahoma City bombing. These guys don't go away. So at this point, you got to press the advantage. And you're right, Roland. Damn Mitch McConnell. Break his whole back. This guy got to go because you could have tagged him on it too. They are betting on this thing just kind of simmering down. No, that's when you at your most vulnerable. So yeah, it's all fun and games, no question. But we got past yesterday. You know what that bought us today? We get past today. You know what that bought us tomorrow? I'd be well said the price of justice, the price of freedom, is eternal vigilance. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch these people.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.
But Roland, I got to say this. Black continues to rescue America. Number one, I think it's very powerful that the sergeant at arms who escorted in our first Black woman vice president, Kamala Harris, was the one who literally saved the lives of a lot of the hypocrites who had the nerve to be sitting on that stage today. So we saw metaphorically the hypocrisy of American democracy mixed with Black people who continue to rescue a democracy that for so long has been that has been, to use the language of our frat brother Martin Luther King Jr., not true to what it said on paper. So to see Brother Goodman escort her in, now he is the sergeant at arms, because if he did not have the presence of mind that he had last week, there's no telling what, 2 weeks ago, there's no telling what would have happened on January 6th, that day that will go down in infamy. And then the first young poet laureate of the United States made Maya Angelou proud. Miss Gorman just killed it. That was a powerful poem, and I think it represents the fact that Black continues not to crack when it comes to American democracy, and yet from the cracks, we can help America see what it ain't and what it should be. President Biden gave a great speech calling for unity. President Biden is the first president I know, correct me if I'm wrong, you're the historian, Roland, to actually name white supremacy as problematic in this country. And the fact that he named it lets me know that we can begin to heal from what we are real about and honestly and actually deal with. So it's been a great day, but I got to go back to the handcuffs that you don't want him 45 to come back in. That messed me up. I can't take it.
Well, because again, he slinked off. He's so childish. Didn't want to come to the inauguration.
Right.
Didn't even want to say the man's name. Never communicated. The White House did confirm that Trump left a letter for Joe Biden. It's unconfirmed that it was written in crayon.
You on a roll, man. You on a roll.
Look, I have no problem being petty, but he probably wrote the letter in a big ass Sharpie. That's probably what he did as well.
Oh God. Yeah, well, it's fitting. And again, I'd love to know the contents of that letter. I'd love to know the contents, because again, he's too small to do something noble and big. And not only that, if he even wrote something halfway decent, it's bathed in hypocrisy in light of the fact that he was the one who stoked and instigated a seditionist movement of traitorous terrorists 2 weeks ago. So as far as I'm concerned, I can't be impressed by nothing he does because he's a big, baby, undisciplined hypocrite who never should have been president.
The thing here, again, it really showed itself yesterday at the service by the reflecting pool for the 400,000 who lost their lives due to COVID-19. You saw what a president looks like. Humanity, decency, empathy, compassion. And it really hit me yesterday watching that. I'm like, thank God that is returning to the Oval Office.
Yeah, we actually have a president who is presidential, but not just presidential, he's decent, he's honorable. I mean, the antithesis of the mess we've had to endure during our 4-year nightmare. And so we've been waiting, Roland, as a nation for someone to lead us through the grief of losing all of these lives senselessly. And of course, President Small, President Trader didn't have the decency to honor the grief that the nation has been experiencing. And so I think the first move of President Biden to acknowledge the grief, the pain of this nation, again, it reflects the fact that we actually have a president who is presidential, but we also have a president who is decent, honorable, and actually cares about people. And then, Roland, you have to give him credit, because here's a man who has known great tragedy. And so what better person to provide the kind of empathetic leadership as we navigate this season of mourning and move toward healing?
It is look, there certainly is a lot of work. This is the video we're showing that was from last night. And there were so many people who were moved by that, who said, finally, we have a president who acknowledged and who willingly acknowledged the massive loss of life. Not just 400,000 over the course of a year, 100,000 since December. He did this while Trump was still whining about how he won the election that he lost.
Right. So 100,000 lives lost while he's playing games trying to stoke his MAGA mob into acting as if, the election was not legit. And so, given that, it's almost as if the hoax that he continued to talk about from February up through much of the last year of his presidency, as people were dying and dying from a hoax that he also contracted, by the way. And so here's someone who did not have the decency, the honor, the honesty to say, you know what, people are hurting and I need to acknowledge the pain, lead them through healing for their pain. But instead, in his own selfish babiness, maybe he's still trying to get daddy to approve of him. He's upset that he lost the election. And so instead of addressing the pain, he magnified the pain. And here comes someone today, and I love it, Roland. The fool wasn't even mentioned today. President Clown was not mentioned today, and yet, in a real sense, he was indicted today. And the indictment started last night when President Biden said, I know we're hurting, it's time to heal.
Absolutely. And I know that just kills the narcissist that his name didn't even come up. And your vice president wouldn't even come to your own little send-off, knowing full well he could have made it back in time in the motorcade, because it ain't like he got to stop at red lights. And even he did not want to be seen. That, to me, was a fitting tribute, how no one wanted to be seen, no one credible wanted to be seen with Donald Trump, except a few of his minions and his thuggish kids.
No question. And again, it just reflects the fact that, here's someone, and I ain't gonna preach, but the Bible talks about how arrogance and a haughty spirit, pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. And his presidency is ending in the ashes of shame, the ashes of being twice impeached, and he should get convicted, the ashes of being someone that American history will always recall as perhaps the most corrupt, the worst president in the history of this country, under whose watch 400,000 people died. Many did not have to die. And sadly, the death count will continue. And that will be the ignominious momentum that came from his mismanagement of this crisis. And then again, as you so well said, bro, the last month, he's spending the whole time pouting and stoking the flames of his MAGA mob, trying to overturn a democratic election. And so the sad reality is that his presidency went down in flames. 4 years ago, Roland, I think you said it well. We told America what was going to happen. America didn't believe us. And here we see what has happened in this last month. And here he is in Florida, in shame. A haughty spirit has gone before a fall and destruction.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.
An Army veteran has been charged with attempted murder for shooting and wounding a 15-year-old girl at a Trump rally in Des Moines, Iowa last month. 25-year-old Michael McKinney was wearing body armor, toting a pistol, had additional loaded magazines on his body, another gun covered with Trump stickers in his car when he shot the teen. The teen and her friends were engaging in an argument with Trump supporters, and McKinney says he shot the victim in self-defense. However, the mother of one of the teens told the Associated Press they had been surrounded by Trump supporters who were shouting racial slurs and threats right before McKinney opened fire, wounding the teen. He is currently in jail without bond, and if convicted, a 25-year-old will face 25 years behind bars. These are the kinds of people that Donald Trump has radicalized. He has actually opened the door to these type of folks. This is not going to be the last time we see this. Mustafa, we already see the people who are being arrested all across the country by the FBI. Every single day they're being arrested, including one woman who stole a laptop from the office of Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office, told a friend she was going to sell it to the Russians.
I mean, insurrectionists, domestic terrorists, however you want to label these folks, you know, many of them have training and they have connections through their training. And folks just need to be aware of that. You know, I have a lot of folks in my family who've been in the military, some still are, have huge amounts of respect for it, but I also understand the shortcomings that are in that space, and we have to address it. You know, lots of times when we see these killings that happen around the country, people sometimes have military training, you know. So once again, as we said earlier in the show, you have got to do a better job of vetting folks. You have got to have a psychological analysis also before we allow folks into the military, before we allow folks into law enforcement, to understand if they are easily radicalized. You know, it's not like Donald Trump came into their house and whispered in their ear every night in a physical form. He's done it through his tweets. He's done it through the dog whistles and other things. But we also got to make sure that, you know, we're not allowing individuals to have literally people's lives in their hands who are not prepared for that set of responsibilities that come in being in law enforcement or the military.
But you know what, Mustafa? Some of these people, some of the people who are screening people, they're screening their cousins. I mean, you know, these people are related. I mean, even if they're not their cousins, they have a shared belief pattern. So when you talk about, well, we have to vet them, well, who's going to be vetting them and who's going to be vetting the vetters? There's a history of, for example, I'm a native San Franciscan. In Oakland, they were basically recruiting Klan members. Did I roll my neck enough? Klan members to join the Oakland police force back in the 40s and 50s. And that's why you got the resistance to the Black Panther Party in the 60s and 70s. These were people who were predisposed to hate Black people. If you ask them to vet their cousins, they would tell you their cousins were okay. So when you racism is baked in the cake that's called America. And unpacking that cake is like taking a piece of bread and saying, I'm going to take the gluten out of it. And it doesn't work that way. So when you talk about we have to be careful, but what kind of careful and who's careful? I'm just raising the question. I don't have the answer, but I find it very disturbing that we would kind of say, well, we can fix this. No, actually, we can't.
Well, if I could respond to that real quickly, if you look at, I'm sorry, go ahead, Avis.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mustafa, go ahead.
No, Mustafa, go ahead. Mustafa, go ahead, then I go to Avis. Go ahead.
Well, if you look at the movement for Black Lives, and when folks are talking about defunding police, when they're talking about restructuring the system, then they are also inside of that is actually how do we put these stopgaps and these accountability measures in there? And a part of that is making sure that we have folks who are watching the folks, if you will. So, that is a part of those broader conversations that have to happen to make sure that we are going to have a 21st century law enforcement or a 21st century police force where there are checks and balances that are in there and that folks are not, as you said, sort of the fox watching the chicken house, if you will.
Yeah. And I'll just say that's exactly.
Avis, go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly what's needed. There needs to be multiple layers here because that problem is sort of baked in, as Dr. Malvo brilliantly suggested. And also, here's what we know. We know that if they want to address this issue, they could. And they could have years ago. I mean, I remember when we reported on this show a couple of years ago about all of these racist Facebook posts that the study exposed that police officers had put on their personal, they were bold enough to put it on their personal Facebook account years ago. And then police district by police district by police district did nothing. Yet at the same time, we have all of these people who were involved with the Ferguson protest ending up dead under mysterious circumstances. You can't tell me that all those Black Lives Matter activists who ended up dead under weird and suspicious circumstances, like supposedly setting themselves on fire inside their own car, like supposedly lynching themselves on their own clothesline. You can't tell me that all of those were quote unquote suicides. So what I'm suggesting here is that when this country wants to take out what they believe is a threat, they can and they have. And we can go back decades, all the way back to the Panthers and even before to give you examples of that. What has happened, though, is that with this threat, they have allowed it to fester. They have allowed it to grow. And now, unfortunately, the chickens are coming home to roost.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Well, I can tell you who we not gonna call.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Control room heard the hell up.
About to say. I knew it. I knew it.
I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it is done. For I hear victory, 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 victory in the corners of heaven. In the corners of heaven, victory, 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 victory. For angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now. Hamanda, ata, rata, deda, baka, sanda, ata, ambo, osa, tata, rike, eke, banda, ata, rike, didi, ashada. For angels have even been dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here. In the name of Jesus. From South America. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here.
Oh, yeah. Them African angels have shown up, Paula White.
Sure did.
And we about to unleash them against all of y'all, Reese.
Yeah. That Paula White video still. They tried to get her on beat, but she was still on the, what is it, the 3 and the 5 as Reverend Jeremiah.
Nah, she was on the 1-3. We on the 2-4.
Oh, okay.
She on the 1-3.
I don't even know whatever
They heard
things that's what she was off of.
They heard her. They heard her, Reese. They heard her. They sent Martin Luther King's pastor to the Senate. Oh, the African angels came.
Oh, yeah.
To do what she wanted.
Oh, yeah. The African angels heard. They heard. Oh, absolutely. All right, folks. Back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have, you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it. Please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.
All right, y'all know what time it is.
No charcoal grills are allowed.
I'm white. I got you, Carl.
Yeah, illegally selling water without a permit
On my property.
Whoa!
Hey,
You don't live here.
I'm uncomfortable.
Any shock that Donald Trump is going to be moving to Palm Beach, Florida? Well, these are the kind of people who are there. 62-year-old Cindy DiCorrado just lost her damn mind because she refused to wear a mask. Well, this particular bagel shop called the cops. Cops showed up. But I want y'all to see all of her drama with the black cop. But then watch what happens when the white cop rolls in there. Roll it.
get your hands off of me. You are kidnapping me. I will personally. What is your name?
I'll give you my name.
Take your hands off of me. You don't have the right, sir. Get your hands off of me. I've done nothing wrong. I am not a criminal. Get your hands off of me. Get your hands off of me. No. Sir, it's okay,
Ma'am.
That's a violation. Take your hand off of me. Sir,
don't come behind me.
You need to read the Constitution. You need to read the Constitution. Get your hands off of me. You don't have the right to do this. You're taking a picture of this. This is so illegal. You take your hands off of me, sir. I am not a criminal. I've done nothing wrong.
I'm asking you to
I'm asking you to get your hand off of me. I'm asking you to take your hand off of me. I'm asking you to take your hand off of me.
Ma'am,
take your hand off of me. Take your hand off of me. Take your hand off of me. I don't want your hand off of me. You're violating my personhood. I have my First Amendment rights. Look at this. You get this? You get this? I'm asking him to take his hand off of me. He has no right to kidnap me. This is kidnapping. You are. Let go of me. Let go of me.
I'm happy to step out.
This is because the police department are ignorant of their constitutional rights. This is why this man has his hand on me, and he's on my personhood, and I have the right to protect my personhood. No, sir. Take your hand off of me. Take your hand off. Don't steal my purse. Now he's stealing my purse. I have done nothing wrong. Take a picture of these guys. Get their names. Get their names.
Can I have your badge ID, please?
Yee-hoo!
Can I have your badge ID?
You getting all this? You see this? This is illegal.
I don't see no badge ID, sir.
Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Let go of me. Shame on you. Let go of my purse. Are you filming this, sweetheart?
Yes, I am.
Are you filming this, sweetheart? Stop it! You cannot arrest me. I've done nothing illegal. I have done nothing illegal.
What you being arrested for?
Stop it. Stop it.
Put your arms back. Stop resisting.
Let go. I am not under arrest. Leave me alone. I am not under arrest.
Ma'am.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I am not under arrest. You did not arrest me.
Just stand back on the sidewalk,
okay? You didn't say I was under arrest.
Stand back on the sidewalk, please.
Let go of me. No. Honey, come here. Get my purse. He's trying to steal my purse from me.
Can I get her purse, please?
Ma'am, yes. Can you step back away? Stand on the sidewalk. Stop interfering. Ma'am.
They didn't even say I was under
stand on the
arrest.
sidewalk.
This is a false arrest. They didn't even say I was under arrest. They have no rights to arrest me. Let go of me. No! Come get my purse. No! Don't touch my purse. Don't touch my purse. Come get my purse, sweetheart.
I'm scared to hurt me.
In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. I come against these principalities and powers, this lie, this abuse. This abuse. Honey, come get my purse.
I'm scared to go touch my arm.
No, ma'am, you're going to stay right there.
What are you scared of?
No, she needs to get
That's your mom?
Let her get my purse. Stop manhandling me.
I'm sorry?
That's my purse.
Okay.
That's my purse. I am in charge of the situation. My personhood.
Well, ma'am.
I am not under arrest.
Yes,
no one
you are.
arrested me.
You are under
no
arrest.
one said I was under arrest for
You're
what?
under arrest right
what
now,
is
ma'am.
my cause?
Ma'am,
what is my cause?
right now.
I've done nothing wrong.
In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Now, she should have been arrested for that outfit. Avis, here's the one that cracks me up. The black cop was trying to be calm. The black cop knew it's a white woman in Palm Beach County, but when the white cop rolled in, he's like, yo, she out of here? He just snatched her ass. And that's why, you notice when they went outside, she turned to the white cop, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. What she was really saying is, how you a white cop and you snatching a white woman like me, Avis?
Exactly. That's exactly what she was saying. She was shocked that her Becky privileges did not apply, apparently. But, you know, this is what happens. I think the psychology of what's going on here. You know, unfortunately, my PhD is not in psychology. But if it was, I would conjecture the following. Number one, white people aren't used to following rules, period. Mm-hmm. Period. They are not used to following rules. Remember the ruling that there is no law that a white man is bound to respect, for example, when it comes to black people. So there is still that mentality that is seeped into our culture. The challenge is that when you have that sort of mental defect that is woven into millions of people who have been infected by the lie of white supremacy in this country, and you mix that with the propaganda machine that the Trump administration ginned up around COVID, making people believe that wearing a mask was somehow a sort of a liberal, liberal sort of conspiracy against them, and therefore they needed to show their quote unquote freedom by not wearing a mask. It presents a situation like this, where this one idiot could be putting the lives of dozens of people in danger in that establishment, which is exactly why the owner of that establishment called the police. It is a dangerous, dangerous situation that we're in, that unfortunately she is not a one-off type of person that will act like this. Long after Trump is out of the White House, and as we continue to try to get this pandemic under control of this country, he has poisoned the minds of millions who continue to put our lives in danger because they want to act a fool just like that when they're in public.
I mean, I'm sitting here laughing, Mustafa, because and then come get my purse, and they're like, "You better back your ass up." I mean, again, this notion that we can do whatever we want. Don't you dare grab my purse. Don't you, and all that. The Constitution. Again, the black cop was sitting here. The black cop knew that if he dragged a 62-year-old white woman out, what folks were gonna say. But when the white cop rolled up to Mustafa, he was like, "She the one who's out?" He goes, "Yeah, homeboy, snatch that arm, gotta go."
Yeah, I mean, she tried to weaponize her privilege. It just ran out when that other cop came in. But I was paying attention to some of the other things that were going on. I mean, Ava's just broke it down for you, so I'm not even going to talk about how Trump set the precedence for this stuff. But if you listen to the daughter, when the white cop came in, she was saying that the black cop didn't have a badge and that she couldn't see his badge, so therefore he must not really be a real cop who's grabbing it. And then I hope y'all also peeped out once she got bent over that car and she gave out that what I call that Southern scream, hoping that someone would come and save her. You know, that is that's a historical scream whenever a black man is in the presence of certain white women. So y'all got to understand all these dynamics that are playing out. She played all of her cards. None of the other cards worked. So she said, let me give this Ellie Mae scream real quick and see if anybody comes and saves me.
No, Mustafa.
The white woman tried everything. Juliana, the white woman, she tried everything. She tried everything.
She says in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus. All principalities.
She gonna go to Jesus. Like Jesus gonna save her behind.
I thought she was gonna be like Paula White and start calling from African angels.
Jesus ain't gonna save her. After you done show your behind down to the crack, now you want Jesus? Nope.
Nah.
You know, Ava's really broke it down all the way. But I mean, the Jesus thing reminds you of these Southerners who, you know, when you cuss them out, they say, "Oh, bless your heart." And it's like, and in the name of Jesus. And really what they mean is, Lord, get me out of this mess. But you started it. Put your mask on, heifer. Just put your mask on. That's all. Jesus,
and while she was praying, Jesus, while she was calling, while she was calling, Jesus like, I'm busy. I'm gonna holler at you later.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. As Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.
I'm white. I got you, huh? Illegally selling water without a permit
on my property.
Whoa! Hey! Give us your right.
You don't live here.
I'm uncomfortable.
If y'all think the folks at Fox News and One American News Network and Newsmax are a little bit upset that Donald Trump lost, y'all, I saw this video and I said, my Lord, I've got to play this on the show. Roll it!
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden's talking with some kind of crazy flag. This is America. This is our land. Please, President Trump. Please, please, I hope you have a plan. God, please save us. Save us from the devil, please. Y'all about to have a panic attack. This is our country. Our country. This is awful. God, please save us, please.
I'm about to have a panic attack. I gotta see that one more time.
Wrong.
I gotta see these MAGA white tears one more time.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden's talking with some kind of crazy flag. This is America. This is our land. Please, President Trump. Please, please, I hope you have a plan. God, please save us. Save us from the devil, please. Y'all about to have a panic attack. This is our country. Our country. This is awful. God, please save us, please.
Y'all, she actually said, I don't even see an American flag. Go to my iPad. Y'all, they literally planted 200,000. They literally planted 200,000 state and territorial flags, American flags.
What?
Then they had this one big ass American flag. Absolutely hilarious, Greg.
I don't see the red, white, and blue. No. It's some kind of flag. I don't see it. Now, Roland, as much as you know what's crazy? And again, black folk, we talking about what is Biden going to do, Biden Harris going to do for black people. I'm sure there's somebody breathing a sigh of relief tonight because of an executive order that extended people getting put out or evicted until the end of March, and also potentially mortgage payments. How much you want to bet that lady crying into that phone got some relief yesterday, even as she was praying for President Trump, and then she said, oh God, which I assume she meant by God, Trump, save us. Now, he is gone to Mar-a-Lago for 5 minutes till James get that hook.
Here's a video, y'all, of all the flags they put on the national. I don't see a flag. I don't see a flag. maybe I don't see a flag because I got cataracts.
Well, and when she might get some health care for it. Look, this is the only other thing I'm going to say. Remember when they used to come for President Obama and they say, tell Barack Obama to get his hands off my health care. This is the madness of whiteness. When she said this is our country, what she means is this is a country for white people. This is no country for the rest of them. I'd rather be outside, be butt naked, not be able to see because of cataract, have all my teeth fall out, and die of a stroke because I couldn't even go to the doctor, rather than let this country go to them.
I mean, this is, Erica, this is literally 1 hour before the inauguration. 1 hour. I don't see no flags. These people out their damn mind. They crazy. They crazy.
Well, that they are, but she didn't see that Trump flag. And I was thinking the same thing that Greg said just a moment ago around she was praying to her master. See, you talking about this is a part of that 55% that has made their Lord and Savior, Donald John Trump Jr., who cares and gives a damn about nobody but Donald John Trump Jr. So when you hear her crying from what looks like her bathroom recording saying that she's about to have a panic attack, yeah, she's about to have a panic attack because her master is no longer in service to her in the direct way that she would like to see it. So, big ass deal.
I'm telling you, I am here. I am absolutely here, Reese, for all of the MAGA tears. All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have, you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it. Please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. In fact, I'm also here for this. Madam Vice President Kamala Harris will not be moving into the Vice President's house at the Naval Observatory in Northwest D.C. just yet. In addition to being fumigated, the house, located at One Observatory Circle, will undergo several repairs, such as replacing chimney liners before Harris and her second gentleman, Doug, move in. She said it's easier for these repairs to be done with them being out of the house versus in it. I think while they're doing that, they should also call Kyrie Irving to assist with this here. Y'all remember when he went, they played the Boston Celtics? Y'all remember this here? When Kyrie was when he was basically he was saging down the whole joint. And just so y'all know, I am petty. I did send a text message to the Vice President and her sister saying I'll be more than happy to bring some prayer warriors with some anointed oil, and we will. I said we will anoint the whole place, cause see, some of y'all just so some of y'all know, okay. Let me be real clear. My wife is an ordained minister. She went to seminary. She got all the paperwork. I'm bootleg, okay? Yeah, I will be the cussing preacher. I'll be the cussing preacher. Just want to let y'all know that, okay? I was taught how to cuss by Catholic priests, so I'm used to cussing preachers. So just so y'all know. Okay, so and so just so y'all know, when I worked at Savoy magazine, Roy Johnson, my homeboy, he conceived Savoy, founded Savoy, and so he had hit me up. And so I used to go to New York once every 3 months and work a week. I work remotely. And Erica, it was quite interesting because one day we were talking, and there were 3 staffers who were problem people. I mean, they kept bringing drama, and it was just this constant. He was like, he said, I just wish they would just leave. I said, well, that can be helped.
Oh.
So I go to New York, and I go to the office, and I bring some oil with me, and we call it blessed oil. And it was obviously it was to some olive oil, some frankincense and myrrh, and it was put together by some prophets. So what we then did was first I was standing in this doorway, and then I poured some down. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh no, so you got to pour some across the doorway, so when they walk into your office, they are crossing into anointed space." I said, "Now I need you to show me where they desks are." So I just went over to their desk and just oil down the chairs and oil down the keyboard and the desk, And see, you don't pray for anything bad to happen to somebody. What you do is you pray they move on to their own divine good. See, that's the prayer.
That's right.
Just move on to your own divine good. And so when I get a call about 2 weeks later, he said, "Hey, so-and-so quit today." I was like, "Okay, down 1, 2 to go." And literally within 3 months, those 3 people were gone. And he was like, "What did you do?" I said, "I ain't got a problem praying crazy away." And so I really would advise Vice President Kamala Harris and Doug and the family, get some praying people to roll up in that joint and pray all them evil pits spirits out. And any of them MAGA people, pray all that out, because you ain't trying to be around all them evil-ass spirits. Erica, I know you know something about that.
I know a whole lot about that. Had a grandmother, late grandmother, who was a preacher. Had another grandmother who, a strong intercessor. I had my grandmother that was a preacher. I can remember her as a child taking that holy oil, taking that anointed oil, putting it on our foreheads and seeing her jump up and down. And we just didn't know what was happening until we really got into the prophetic and came up in the prophetic as a child as well. So I know all about that realm. I know people who know how to get up into heaven. And for those people that knew me when I was in federal service, for nearly 10 years, there were folks, and people know, and people can attest to this, seeing me bow down in prayer, like on my knees in front of my desk, and I prayed some stuff away and kept my place in a place where I was able to work effectively. So I believe in all of that. Long story to say, I believe in all of that. What I also believe is that, Madam Vice President Harris and the second gentleman do have good people around them. So I am sure that as these repairs, which I love that because we know that can encompass a lot, as these repairs are being done over her home, that there are good people around her that are praying. She's, a member of AK Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. And so I know that there are some prayerful women that are a part of that sorority that are definitely soliciting prayers on her behalf as well. But yeah, I definitely believe in the oil, the anointing, and the power of prayer. There's so much that's being done in the invisible realm that can't even be accomplished in the physical realm. So my hope is for her.
See, Greg, this is what I keep trying to tell these people. Y'all ain't going to get this watching MSNBC. Y'all not going to get this sort of analysis watching CNN and the rest of these networks. Because I'm telling you, look, move on to their own divine good. Because, see, I know they spent $500,000 fumigating the White House for COVID and all that stuff, but the literal evil that was in these spaces, and I'm telling you, see the way they really should do it, Greg, get a whole army of prayer warriors and say we're going to start at the White House, then we're going to go to the old executive office building, then we're going to go to the Treasury Department, Then we're going to send them to the vice president's house. Then we're going to send them to every single federal agency. See, that's how you do it. That's how you deal with evil.
Do it, brother. Listen, Roland, you right. You're not going to hear this anywhere else. Watch this. It's deep in the black tradition not to pray something on somebody else evil because you'll get the bill back. We didn't learn that here. That came from the continent. That is a cardinal rule in Rada and Petro's side of Vodun. And I know you got some folks in Haiti. So let's be very clear about this. If you want to go buck, she called for them African angels. You bring all the spiritual traditions. See, the Naval Observatory is about 2 minutes from the South African embassy. So you bring the Sangomas. You understand? These Nelson Mandela's people, Winnie Mandela's people. You got the Muslims on that side. You bring them. And why? This is where it gets real buck. Y'all remember last time I was in Charleston, South Carolina. I was at Mother Emanuel, in fact. And this wasn't last time before last. Walking around downtown Charleston. And, you know, I was looking at the wrought iron gates around a lot of the churches. You know, a lot of that stuff was African iron workers, the Bambara people, the Yoruba, the Mende blacksmiths especially. And, you know, the saying is that when these Africans were forced to build those fences around the churches, that they would say, these are so beautiful. And then they would say, what are those symbols in there? They said, whatever y'all are praying to, we have now surrounded you with our power to keep whatever is in there out. Mike Pence and Mother. That God y'all pray to ain't the God that the gods of Africa serve. So if you want to real buck, Kamala, let's be very clear. Your people Jamaican. Go get them rosters. Go get everybody to call everything, and you ain't going to have no problems for the rest of your life. Now, what they lose, however, will purge this land with blood. So before you do it, make sure you want to do it. We can handle it. Oh, it can be handled. But, yeah, I don't know if they want to go that black road.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.
You saw a boatload of Republicans actually sending out various MLK tweets. And if you want to know how trash some of these people are, all you have to do is look at what they send out. One of the folks in the control room, if y'all could pull this up, Kelly Loeffler, Senator Kelly Loeffler, had the audacity to send out an MLK comment. This is the same woman who called Pastor Raphael Warnock a radical liberal, called him a socialist and a Marxist while running against him, yet here he is pastoring the church where Dr. King was the pastor. How hypocritical of so many of these Republicans on this day, people who did not stand with the issues of Dr. King, they're voter suppressors as well. And so give me a break with them posting their comments on a day like this. I want to bring in my panel right now, Mustafa Santiago Ali, who joins us formerly with the environmental, first of all, with the EPA. Glad to have him on today's show. Is Julian Malveaux there?
I'm here.
Julian there? All right. Julian, President Emerita, Bennett College, Avis Jones Weaver. Avis?
I'm here too.
All right. All right. Glad to have all three of you here. I mean, it's always interesting on days like this to see Republicans who all of a sudden love Dr. King, don't care about what he stands for, talking about how we must honor him and his service and his sacrifice when they literally are against everything. And one of the people who also sent out something was Kayleigh McEnany, the press secretary. And look, and I was one of the people who said, Kayleigh, go to hell. I don't want to hear a damn thing from you, Ted Cruz, from any of these folks who don't agree with anything that Dr. King stood for. My deal is it's best for them just to shut the hell up on today and keep it moving.
You know, Roland.
Hey, it was you first.
Of all, since that 45 man has been MIA, he and his team need to continue to be MIA. They ain't got nothing to say, nothing to do. Here's what Dr. King said when he accepted the Nobel Peace Prize. I have the audacity to believe that people everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education and culture for their minds, peace and freedom for their spirits. This administration has undercut the ability to eat, the ability to educate, the ability for peace and freedom and for spirit. So they don't have nothing to say. Excuse my English, but they don't have nothing to say. More, Dr. King also talked about the meaning of education. And as you know, Roland, I'm the president of Push Excel, which is the education arm of Rainbow Push. And Reverend Jesse Jackson honored me with that position. We did something today, a virtual celebration. But one of the quotes that I always get to is when Dr. King talks about education being a buttress against propaganda. Okay, so education is supposed to be the firewall against propaganda. So there's a whole bunch of uneducated, you-know-what fools who are basically inculcating propaganda as opposed to dealing with truth.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have, you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it. Please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.